TxStampin, Sharon. Today we're going to be making some cards using Symmetry. I have some fun tips to share with y'all, so I hope that it is helpful to you. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I would love for you to subscribe below and then hit that notification bell. You'll be notified every time I upload a video like this or I go live on YouTube. If you currently do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to help you with your Stampin' Up! Supply needs. You can find out how to contact me, how to sign up for my newsletter, go to my blog, all that good information. Just click the read more button below the video and you can find some very helpful links. So let's get to stamping. So today we're playing with Sweet Symmetry. This sweet is too sweet. Just saying. So it does come with a bundle and it comes with the Flirty Flamingo gold metallic ribbon. And so you get a punch. So let's look at everything. So here's the stamp set. I always love big images and I always love big words. Those are just, I'm just drawn to those kind of sets. And then here's the punch, cute little leaves that it punches out. On today's card, I'm using Flirty Flamingo, Calypso Coral, Night of Navy, and Just Jade. I want to show you the process of how I started stamping. I always like to look at the cards that the artists have designed. And I was drawn to this one. So let me show you my version. Okay, I changed the color of my flower. I put the little stems, I punched out the stems and I put them behind. I did use the vellum because I loved that idea. And then I changed my sentiment layer. So this is my version. And I hope that on like my cards or the cards in the catalog, you find one that you like and then make it your own, okay? You may not like how I did this or you may not like how they did that, but just making it your own helps you be more creative. So I want to show you some other cards that I did. So I was just going for a simple card, okay? I wanted to play with the ribbon. It's pretty plain, but it's a cute card. Next, I did this. I actually stamped this big leaf right here and I used snips and I cut it apart. So then I moved the leaves around. I don't know, I just thought it went with the sentiment. You're perfectly unique, okay? So, but I just think this flower is super fun. Then I did this. This card is actually, the flower is popped up with dimensionals. I stamped the flower twice and then I fussy cut it with scissors. And then I matted it together. And then I got to thinking, why did I do that? I love it, don't get me wrong. But why don't I just try stamping the flower twice? So that's what I did on my last card. This one. Look how well it lines up to make a full flower. Isn't that so cool? All right, let's make this card together. I thought it'd be fun before we actually make the card that I show you the designer series paper. Now I've been using a lot of it, so I only have full sheets of all the patterns, just one set. So this is one pattern. Love the back side. All of the patterns go together so well. This is my favorite pattern. I've used this one a lot. And there's the back side of that one. It's my second favorite one, I think. And then we have this one. So you get 2 sheets of each. And like I said, all of the patterns just go together so well. So I have my supplies ready. My basic white thick is 4 1/4 by 11 and I've scored it at 5 1/2. I have a piece of designer series paper that is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then I cut another piece. This one is just a 1/2 inch by 5 1/2. And I'll show you what we're gonna do with that. Then I cut my layers. So my basic white layer is 2 3/8 by 3 5/8. I hate to do 8s, but I needed to be able to see my designer series paper. So I just kept whittling down my layer until I was happy. And then my Night of Navy is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. On my sentiment layer, my basic white is 3/4 by 3 inches. And then the matte for that, the Night of Navy, is 7/8 by 3 1/8. So first I'm going to ink up Flirty Flamingo. Oh, and I do want to tell you something. Let me grab my spoon. Do you see the design in here? If your ink pad is too juicy, like my Calypso Coral was too juicy, it just kind of got muddied. So always remember that you can use a spoon, a credit card, anything to just push that ink down into the pad so that you get a better image. So I'm going to stamp here first, as close to the top as possible, giving that a good press. Okay, now we're going to do it again. And I'm going to come right in and I'm going to look to see, oh, my head, can't get my head right in there because of the camera, but let's see how close I got. So fun. I was off just a tad. So let me just show you the difference. So see how this is perfect right here. And mine got off just a little bit because of the camera. I couldn't quite get my head right over it. So I'm gonna fix this card off camera. Next, I'm gonna ink up my stem in Just Jade. And I'm just gonna have an itty bitty stem, just short. And then we're gonna do our leaves. I love the abstract look of the stamps in this set. Oh, that scared me. I thought I was gonna get green on there. Okay, so we've done that stamping. And so now I wanna do some more stamping. We're gonna take our card base and I'm gonna open it up. And we're going to move my ink pad so that I can lay this all out. And I'm using the Calypso Coral, and I'm just gonna do some stamping. This stamp set really lent itself to letting me stamp more on the inside than what I normally do. Come off like this, and we're gonna come like this. We're gonna alternate. Super fun. I was having a great time. I was like, okay, stop stamping. Okay, all right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take this little flower image and we're gonna use Night of Navy. And we're going to just stamp our little flower. And you'll see the method to my madness in just a moment. Oh, I really want one right here. Let's see if I can do it. Sure, you can do anything. Okay, remember this 1/2 inch? How about right here? We all have those scraps, don't we? We keep those little scraps of designer series paper, and so it was like, oh yeah, let's use it. I'm gonna add a little bit of glue. And look how this just all ties in. Now you understand why I stamped the way I did. I still have plenty of room to write, so it's all good. Okay, so now we're going to add our designer series paper to our card base. Just gonna use a little bit of liquid glue. Making sure it's opening the right way. Always double check that. Oh, I can't tell you how many cards I've done upside down. Okay, so now we're going to adhere these two layers together, and I have a very, very thin border. So again, we want to use some liquid glue to give us that wiggle room to get that good and lined up. There we go. Next, we're going to stamp our sentiment using Night of Navy. I just loved all the colors. Night of Navy, Flirty Flamingo, Just Jade, and Calypso Coral. Just loved all the colors together. Best day ever. And you know, when I first saw that, I was like, is that for like a wedding? No, it could be for anything. Best day ever. So I love the font size. Again, we have a very skinny little border. So we're going to add some liquid glue. Now we're going to add all of our pieces with some dimensionals. We're going to take this all the way up to the top, just leaving a little bit of a border at the top. And then we'll have room for our sentiment at the bottom. You really can't even hardly see the Night of Navy, but it's there. We saw it. The last thing I want to do is I want to pull out my Playing with Patterns resin dots, because I see Bumblebee here and I'm like, that's really crushed curry, but it's close enough. So we're going to take this. And to me, that kind of fixes any issues that I might have had in the center by stamping both of those together. So here is our card. Look how fun. So I hope that me playing with my different versions inspires you to do the same thing. This is a fun set, very whimsical. And so I had a great time with it, and I hope that I helped you in some way, especially by teaching you that you can stamp 2 flowers, or you could even fussy cut 1 out or fussy cut 2 out and pop them up with dimensionals. So happy stamping, y'all.